like if you look at a song like we were listening to on the bonus clip, Not Good Enough for the Truth and Cliche, that's kind of like a faster pace. Cute Without the Ease. I'm looking down the list of these songs that I have. Cute Without the Ease, a little bit of a faster pace. From Fall Out Boy's first album, Tell That Mickey Just Made My List of Things to Do. I'm Not Okay by My Chemical. I really like a fast song.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was
My
gonna say
Chemical
My Chemical
Romance.
Romance is pretty fucking emo, dude. Black Parade, that's borderline goth. But
Yeah, but Black Parade, I'll say this, it's the epitome of, so how do I say this? Because I actually wanted to talk about this on one episode because I saw a bunch of people for some reason hyping up the Black Parade, and I went back and listened to it, and I go, it, in my opinion, and I'm not trying to just be a spicy son of a bitch. I'm not just trying to be a hot dog, but
uh
in my opinion, the Black Parade is probably, and I'm not saying it's a bad album, but it's probably one of the most overrated albums.
really,
And
okay.
I'm saying based off because the people who like the Black Parade go fucking insane for it. And like and I gotta be honest, I think 50% of the album's great, and then the other 50% is very take it or leave it to me.
I think okay. Let me look at the. I want to because it isn't this like because I remember listening to this out, and that's the thing is I'm not a huge My Chemical Romance fan or necessarily not a lover necessarily of the emo genre. Let's say at a whole. So I remember loving this album, or at least thinking like, didn't it almost have like a Green Day level of hits come off of this
Well,
album?
so yeah, so what really helped this album too. So here's the thing, it's a good album, generally speaking. I'm not trying to like take away from it being good, but Green Day, one thing that helped it was Green Day in '04 comes out with American Idiot. And then that just like fucking went crazy. That was like
Yeah.
the biggest shit. And that started a mini trend. It wasn't a shitload, but there was a few albums right after that that were
It was an
like the,
opus trend. Everybody was putting out their opus.
yeah,
Everybody
there
had
were
a fucking
they were
opus.
these like these concept rock opera type albums. Now, I will give My Chemical Romance some credit because Gerard Way is a fucking ultra weirdo comic book writing son of a bitch. So I'm sure he had these plans, but I'm more saying from a listener standpoint, there was like a big, people were hype on the rock, like, oh, we're doing rock operas now. So I think it helped Black Parade get a lot more traction because that was kind of like in at the time.
Right
But
place, right time. I was surprised that you didn't think it was as amazing of an album because I even think at least every hit that came off of that was like a fucking like I like all those songs.
so, okay, so here's my thing. I think we've talked about this before with bands where they get to a certain, so they have their album that they clearly like called a guy, and they're like, we want our mainstream motherfucker. And I guess I technically don't know if that was the vibe, but that was the feel of it. Because if you listen to Three Cheers for Sweet Revenge, which, if I'm being honest, I went back to it. As an adult, I do not like it as much as I loved it as a kid. Like I could play that album all the way through, skip over the slow song because I'm not a bitch. But listen to all the other My Chemical Romance songs because I'm a man,
Because I'm not a bitch.
because I'm a boss boy. I'm a big boy.
I'm a
Uh,
big boy. I'm a
I'm a
big
big
menace.
I'm a big boy man listening to My Chemical Romance. But what was I saying? Yeah, so I remember I fucked with Three Cheers for Sweet Revenge because it was that like fast punk but still kind of like gothy emo shit. And then Black Parade just sounded like if okay, so let's hop into Black Parade and we'll look at the songs. We'll
The
look at the
the end, but it's the first song, Andy. Do you get that? That's like symbolism.
wait,
Yeah, the first
what?
song is called Andy. 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 Are you there? Andy?
I wanted you to cough more.
The first song, it's pretty cool. It's like it's called The End. Sorry.
But if we looked at Three Cheers for Sweet Revenge, Helena, whatever the fuck you want to call them, fast song. Give them Hell Kid. I'm pretty sure it was a fast song. One of these two is a fast song. I'm not okay. Fast song. Jet Set Life, fast song. Like lots of fast ass songs. And they're all in the same vein of like punk rock, emo, whatever shit. And then the end is like, here's a piano and da da da
Yeah,
da
yeah.
da 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 da.
Here comes the crescendo. I
And
am the leader of the
oh,
parade.
okay. You guys fucking paid a dude who writes fucking musicals to help you out. Okay.
Yeah.
And then like Dead is so here was my thing is there's a lot of good songs. Like I'll give props. Like The End is a good intro, which once again, first song called The End, fucking nuts. Just realized that now. Holy effing S. Dead, good ass song.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Black Parade, fucking amazing. I Don't Love You is actually like a decent song. House of Wolves is good. Even that one though, that one's the one that starts off with we're dead guys. Like
I'm gonna cut you with glass. Doop beep doodaloo.
and then another song that's really fucking good, but it's still like teenagers.
Yeah.
They say that teenagers scared shit out of me. You're like, okay, no, whoever you guys hired wrote a great fucking album for you guys.
Right.
Like that's my thing about the Black Parade is it's like it's a good album. Whoever the fuck wrote it for them, they did a really good job.
Yeah. And they performed the hell out of it. They would make they're a wonderful studio band, and he's an incredible frontman.
They were the best band to hire for the job.
Perfect. It was perfect. It's almost like okay. So get this though, right? So Andy, I know that's a critique in your mind, but Meatloaf, didn't he have like the most success when he paired up with a specific writer producer that like wrote every single song that that Meatloaf has done was written by somebody else, and they just said like, here, Meatloaf, sing the fuck out of this, and he's like, I will, and like,
Meatloaf, I need you to sing this like we're gonna be afraid you're fucking gonna die at the end of it.
He's like, I will,
you fat
eventually
fuck.
I will. But so when it comes to My Chemical Romance, Andy, you're a Ricky Bobby, you want to go fast, I understand.
Yeah.
But
no, here's my thing.
You scare the living shit out of me.
Like, man, to be fair, they weren't wrong. Like,
the living shit out of me. It's a fucking country song. It's basically Garth Brooks.
That's my crazy. Fucking thing.
That's crazy. I never even thought of. I love Garth Brooks. But
that's the point I've been trying to make about My Chemical Romance. Is like
Garth Brooks.
They're basically emo Garth Brooks. And there's precedent on how My Chemical Romance sounds, because let us not forget they had an album right before Three Cheers. It was called I Brought You My Bullets, You Brought Me Your Love, and it had a very similar feel to Three Cheers for Sweet Revenge. So there was a precedent for what their general sound was, and when you hear Black Parade, it's clearly like, yo, they were looking around. They're like, hey, fellas, are you trying to make $1 million?
You guys like money?
You guys want to make $1 bajillion fucking dollars?
Teenagers scared of living shit out of me. Dude, okay. That is crazy. People out there, I know my mind's blown, but people out there are probably like, My Chemical Romance is emo Garth Brooks. Dude, I found the connection. How many years ago was Chris Gaines an attempt by Garth Brooks to go into the emo realm? And then he goes, but everybody goes, how could Garth Brooks fail at something? He kind of is like really, as far as entertainment, he is an incredible musician and entertainer. But years later, an opportunity presents itself. I bet Garth Brooks, aka Chris Gaines, actually is the writer producer for Black Parade.
You think he wrote Black Parade?
Dude, the teenagers scared is I like friends in the place. Like, it's the same fucking thing. It's it's Chris Gaines.
Damn, dude, we cracked the code on this.
Whoa,
My Chemical Romance, secret country band.
that's
Damn, dude.
that's so.
That's why you gotta listen to the pod, guys. No one's seeing the shit. We see it, bro.
fucking see you, bitch.
We're the only fucking My Chemical Romance truthers willing to say the real shit.
We got you, Chris Gaines, you son of a bitch.